Imagine going to a restaurant and ordering your food from the server, then having to negotiate your food order with their manager, and then having to go to the kitchen where the cook upsells you on your order before finally getting your food. That sounds crazy, right? Yet, that's how most customers feel about buying a car. Traditionally, it's a complicated and convoluted process that involves working with several different people at the dealership. Customers are demanding a modern car buying experience that's simple and transparent. The key is to place that complexity behind the scenes so that it's invisible to them and they build rapport and trust with that one primary person. A2Z Sync powers that one-person sales model. In this video, you'll see that a client advisor can take a client from A to Z in the car buying experience, which enables a streamlined, simplified process that improves client satisfaction and dealer profitability. Well, as I mentioned, you guys, we do business very different here. First thing is our pricing. It's going to be very transparent. Actually, our entire process is very transparent. You'll see everything that takes place. We're going to do that together right here, okay? In addition to that is going to be our one person. I'm never going to pass you off to a finance manager. So whether you're leasing, financing, or paying cash, I'm going to be working with you the entire time. We're going to find the right car. We're going to find the best way to pay for it. And of course, make sure you guys have a great experience, okay?
Great. Yeah.
Now, with that said, time is very valuable. So my goal, take as much time as you need to find that right car. But once we do, and we solidify terms, my goal is to have all that paperwork completed within 1 hour.
Great.
How does that sound?
Well, I think it's great. It's really refreshing, you know, to be able to just deal with you and also the time, because the last time, you remember when we bought a car, it was 4 to 5 hours.
Oh, goodness.
So it's good to hear.
Yeah.
The discovery session is the most important step in the one-person sales model. It's the foundation of the entire process, including the menu presentation. Not only does the client advisor establish rapport and build credibility through transparency, they are able to uncover the client's primary buying motivations and what's most important to them. Finance managers wish they had this opportunity. Being able to refer back to what's important to your clients during the menu presentation is the most effective way to show value in your products and get them to buy. Client advisors use this information throughout the entire car buying experience. A new client advisor with proper training and extensive touch points with the sales manager can effectively walk a client through the entire sales process. Okay, so we have our limited Foresters pulled up here for you.
Okay.
Now you mentioned we want to stay away from the light exteriors, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a couple here, the darker. Here's a black. This has a black interior as well. I know that's going to be important for you.
Yeah.
Shall we take a look at this one here?
Sure.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. Hey, Henry, I'm going on a test drive with Brian and Michelle.
Oh, nice couple over there.
Yes, they are.
Fantastic. What are you guys going to be going and driving?
A new Forester.
New Forester? Very
Yeah.
good. And what did you uncover during the discovery session with them?
Well, they're going to hang on to this car for a while, number one. The previous car they had for a long time. So, a lot of miles driven, a good 15,000 plus.
Okay, so they do some driving then, huh?
They do.
Okay.
They sure do.
And tell me a little bit about primary buyer's motivation.
Sales managers are still highly engaged in every car deal in the one-person sales model. It's just not always customer-facing. Involvement of a sales manager throughout the entire process provides support for the client advisor and ensures all opportunities are considered with every client. These are critical checkpoints that set up the client advisor and the store for success when presenting numbers and F&I products. Okay, I have a couple questions here for you so we can take a look at our preliminary numbers.
Okay.
So first we have the MSRP of $35,131. Now we have our best price. They're at $32,591. How much money were you willing to put down today?
About 2,000.
Yeah.
2,000? Okay, excellent. Let's go ahead and type this in here. Now you did mention your zip code of 80123. Is that in Denver, correct?
It
Yes.
is.
Okay. Now how about approximate credit score?
I think we're somewhere between a 680, 710,
Yeah.
720, somewhere
Okay.
around there.
Okay, perfect. Well, let's
Yeah.
do this. We'll go ahead. I'm going to apply 680 here for us.
Okay.
We'll eventually go ahead and actually pull and see exactly what that states here for you. This is going to be really important for our rates and overall payment as well. So that's why we
Okay.
asked for this information, okay? So let's take a look here at our accessories. We discussed having the cargo tray. It's going to be important for having the dog in the back and some of the other things coming back from the mountains.
Right.
As well as the ski rack, correct? Okay, perfect. There's going to be some pricing on those here for you as well. Let me go verify pricing on our ski rack. I'll be
Okay.
back in just one moment.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, back from the test drive.
Hey, how'd it go?
Went really well.
Excellent. So what was the answer to the trial close?
I got a yes.
Very good.
Yes.
All right, so we got yes to trial close there. Test drive went well. Tell me about the trade. Are they trading anything in?
No trade.
No trade. Very good. What about, did you do your accessory presentation?
I did. So they like the cargo tray as well as the ski rack. So I need to get pricing on the ski rack. They said no to everything else.
Okay. Cargo tray, ski rack. Good job on that. Tell me about cash down.
So cash down $2,000.
$2,000 down.
Yep.
Okay. And what do we think the credit looks like?
You said 680 to 710 range.
Okay. So that rate right there should cover you there.
Okay.
Now let me also check and see if we've got any rebates available on this vehicle right now. Nothing special going on for this vehicle, so you're going to go out there, you're going to present those numbers right there. Let me look up the pricing for those accessories real fast.
Okay.
Cargo tray and ski rack, $995 for those two.
Okay.
Okay.
Looks good.
Feel good?
All right, we're all set.
All right, keep me posted.
Okay.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you. Okay, guys, here are our initial numbers on the 2021 Subaru Forester. The MSRP is $35,131. Now I have your discount of $2,540, giving your best price at $32,591.
Great.
Now this does include your initial investment of $2,000. Does that look correct?
Yes.
Excellent. So including the accessories we discussed, which are the ski rack as well as the cargo tray, including taxes and fees, with an average rate based on the credit you provided at a 60-month term, payment is $687.85.
Yeah, that's a little high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're thinking probably in the 640 range.
640 range?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, let's take a look at 640 here. That 640 would require an additional down payment of $4,410.
Okay. That's a little high, so
Yeah.
yeah, we need to be less down payment.
Okay, so we mentioned the 2,000 originally. Can we go a little bit more, a little higher than that?
Sure, yeah.
What's a comfortable down payment?
Let's try 3,500.
3,500? Okay. Well, let's take a look here. So this will correct your monthly payment to $658.06.
Okay.
Now keep in mind, this is just a ballpark figure here as well.
Okay.
Just want to ensure we're at least close, we're within that ballpark.
Yeah.
So I have an idea, let's take a look here. If we look at a lease option here, some benefits with this here, based on the 15,000 annual miles that you guys drove. This is showing a monthly payment of $503.59 with just $503.59, just your first payment down in comparison to the $3,000 or $3,500 that we show here.
Gotcha. Well, we're going to keep this car for kind of longer time,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
we're definitely going to go with the financing.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
perfect.
thanks for showing us
Yeah.
that.
Of
Thank
course,
you.
yeah. Happy to do so. Let's take a peek here. If we're looking at the 658.06, what we'll do from here is fill out a credit application so we can move forward and submit to the lenders.
Okay.
Yeah, the rate
Yeah.
seems a little high, Josh.
Okay, the 6.99. Again, I haven't earned the right to pull credit yet. So with that said, this is a ballpark figure. Once we collect this credit application, I'll need to get a little bit more information here from you. We're going to submit, as I mentioned, to the bank. Our processing department needs about 10 to 15 minutes. I'll keep you updated on our progress here. Can I get you anything while I'm up? Once the client agrees to move forward with the car deal, the client advisor gathers all the necessary items to do paperwork, such as complete a credit application, driver's license, trade title, whatever is required for that deal. Once everything is in hand, the sales manager signs off on the deal and delivers it to the processing team. The processing team handles all the finance operations, including pulling credit, submitting to the lenders, getting deals bought, CIT, and funding. While the processor is getting the approval for the deal, the client advisor sets the expectations with the client for what comes next and communicates this information with the manager for all updates. As we know, deals do not always go as expected. The A2Z Sync training, along with guidance from the sales manager, empowers the client advisor to overcome any challenges that may arise throughout the car deal. The relationship they've built with the client allows them to have those tough conversations and keep the deal moving forward. Hey Henry, how are we looking?
Good, man. Okay. But just heard back from the loan processing department, okay? Credit wasn't exactly where we thought it was going to be.
Oh, okay.
That's okay, though. Okay, so the credit was about 20 points lower than we originally anticipated. So what that does to your interest rate's going to go up 2 points. And what that does to the payment's going to bump it a little bit.
Okay.
Here's what we can do, though. If we extend the loan term out to just 63 months at the 8.99%, it keeps your payment within $6 of where you originally quoted to them. So what was more important to them, the interest rate or the payment?
Rate was important, but really because we're only a few dollars off, this is important.
Okay.
Payment's going to be.
So if we do that, just let them know we're only extending the loan term by 90 days.
Okay.
Keeps your payment within $6 a month of what we originally anticipated, and we're happy to do business.
Okay. Okay, so we pulled credit based on the range. You provided the 680 to 710 range. It came back at 665. With that said, we're actually increasing the rate just slightly to 8.99%.
Okay.
Now this is showing a 63-month term. That's correcting your payment to 664.41. Now with the extended term, this will actually have more of an impact on your payment than what the rate does.
Okay.
That's what we're currently doing, is going to work and seeing if we can extend that term a little bit more with the lender as well. Get you right where we wanted to be in that comfortable payment range.
Okay.
Once the client advisor makes the client comfortable with the resolution and closes the deal, they touch base with their sales manager again to prepare for the menu presentation. This is where the benefits of the one-person sales model come to fruition. The client advisor has led the client this far along their car buying experience, so they are in the best position to use what they've learned in the discovery session to advise the client on finance products while maximizing F&I results.
Okay, so what we got going on here, Josh? Building a menu. What we're going to do over here on the preferred and standard side, we're going to keep it at 63 at the 899 that they agreed to buy the car to. By the way, how did that go?
You know they're happy with the payment.
Okay, so as long as we kept the payment in that range. All right, so over here on the budget extended term, what we're going to do is we're going to do 72 months.
Okay.
And we got approval from the bank to do it at the same 8.99%.
Perfect. Okay.
So make sure you keep that in your back pocket, extend the term out, keep the payment right around where they want it to be, potentially even get some finance product in there.
Okay.
So when we get into the finance menu here, first thing I want to do on the service contract, you mentioned they're driving about how many miles a year?
15,000.
15? So
Yep.
they're putting some miles on this.
They are, and 7 to 8 years are going to hold on to this car.
Okay.
Quite some time.
So let's do this one over here. We're going to do the 8 years, 15,000 miles a year. It's going to be 120,000 at the end of the 8 years.
Okay.
Especially with how long they're keeping the car, all-wheel drive on there. They mentioned that reliability is important to them. A lot of our clients like to have coverage at least till they're not making payments on the car anymore, okay?
Great.
We got the 3-year maintenance program over here. Also doing the guaranteed asset protection. They're only doing about $3,500 down, so that's barely covering their taxes. So point that out. Guaranteed asset protection would be a good idea for them.
Okay, great.
We've also got the 5-in-1 bundle here, so that's a 5-year program on it. That one's the one with the key replacement, the paintless dent and ding removal, the windshield, the wheel and tire, and the roadside assistance on there.
Okay.
Especially with the mag floor and stuff like that, and the wheels and tires on there. Might be a good idea to present that one. And the last product you're going to present on this side is going to be the appearance package. So that's the one with the paint protect on the outside, cloth, fabric, leather on the inside. Okay.
Okay.
For the kids and the pets.
Yes.
Good idea to have that
That's gonna be
coverage on the
important.
inside of the vehicle.
And I did discuss this already.
Very good.
great.
Nice. Now, on the standard side here, what we're going to do is we're still going to do the service contract. We're going to tone it down by 1 year. Okay. So 7 years, 100,000. So it's going to be right around that same 15,000 miles a year for them.
Great.
Still going to do the 3 years of maintenance. Still get the guaranteed asset protection on there. Now, instead of the 5-in-1 bundle and the appearance, the paint and fabric, we're going to tone it down to just wheel and tire. Okay, so a little bit more of an affordable option on there.
Okay.
So you good on both sides of the menu here?
Yes. Yep. Looks great. Okay, you guys, thank you for your patience. As I mentioned before, I do everything with you from beginning to end. That includes showing you the numbers. I'm going to explain them in detail to make sure you feel comfortable. Okay?
Great.
This entire process will take about 15-20 minutes. After that, we'll get you going home, okay?
Okay.
So we have the sales price of the vehicle. This does include the accessories we discussed at $33,586. Does that all look correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now you do have your city tax here. Maintaining compliance is crucial for dealerships. The software ensures your deals are compliant and prevents your client advisors from moving forward until they've properly disclosed everything. Okay. And last, we have your RTD, 1.1%, in the dollar amount of $369.45.
Okay.
Now with taxes, good thing here is we're going to collect these, carve them out of the deal, and send them to the state on your behalf. So
Okay.
when it comes time to receive your plates, you don't have to pay for this. This is already taken care of for you, okay?
Okay. Great.
Now you're going to notice the $30,086 comes over here to this next page. Here's our balance there. Now the registration fee that's imposed by the state of Colorado when you purchase a vehicle, and that's in the amount of $100. So again, with the city tax, state tax, and RTD tax, that gives us the total due of $33,144.93.
Okay.
Does that all make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So earlier we discussed the payment of $664.41 at the 63-month term at the 8.99%. So we were able to, again, hash this out with the bank here for you, so we're able to maintain that 8.99%.
Okay.
So based on what you said earlier, this may or may not be the best way to pay for this vehicle. Let's review some options and see what you prefer.
Okay.
Okay.
First available to you is preferred. So in preferred, first we look at the rate. Again, based on the 8.99%, this is going to be a simple interest with no prepayment penalties.
Okay.
So that means you can pay it off at any point in time. There's no fees for doing so. And also here, this is going to be a fixed interest rate. It's never going to increase on you whatsoever. At the point in time where you want to refinance, that's going to be an option for you as well.
Okay.
Now our term here is a 60-month term. As I mentioned, you can pay it off early. There's no fees for doing so. And you only pay interest on the time that you own the loan. So let's say you pay it off in 3 years, you only pay 3 years worth of interest.
Okay.
Okay. So now we'll take a look at the service contract. From Subaru, you receive 3 years and 36,000 miles. That's going to be your bumper-to-bumper comprehensive coverage. They also have a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain. This is for your engine, transmission, and drivetrain for 5 years and 60,000 miles.
Okay.
Whichever comes first on both of these based on your driving habits. So you guys said you drive about 15,000 miles a year, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
So if we take a look at 15,000 miles a year, as we see here, you'll see you will certainly take advantage of the 36,000 miles. We're going to get there in just over 28 months. So really just over that 2-year time frame. After that, you're going to be outside of that coverage from Subaru. Here we can extend that coverage, really mirror the coverage from the factory from Subaru, and even fill in some of the blanks for the next 8 years and 120,000 miles. So that gives you that peace of mind until March of 2029. The software triggers the presentation of every product, creating a simple and powerful way for client advisors to show how these products will benefit the client. Once all the products are presented, the client advisor is able to consult the client on the best option for them, resulting in more back-end profits. Brian and Michelle, with all these benefits, this corrects your payment to $791.07.
Okay.
Also available to you standard. So the standard is going to have the same term of the 63 months, as well as that 8.99%. Here you do sacrifice some coverage for a little bit of payment relief. So the service contract here is for 7 years and 100,000 miles instead of that 8-year, 120,000 miles. So it still matches your driving habits. Again, we're just losing that 1 year there. Your prepaid maintenance will stay the same here. Your guaranteed asset protection is the same. And the tire and wheel here with cosmetic repair, we know that's important for all the potholes and just simply
Right.
driving into the mountains, all the debris that's on the road. So we do forfeit that protection. That's the bundle with your key and your paintless dent repair.
Okay.
And that corrects your payment to $763.85. Also available is budget. All the same great benefits that we discussed in preferred. The term here is 72-month term at the same rate, and this corrects your payment to $713.82. Which do you prefer?
Yeah,
It's a little,
yeah, it's
little
too
high. Yeah.
Okay, completely understand, and I want to make sure we stay within your budget as well. So how about we consider this? If we look at the 72-month term, this will ensure that we keep you within your budget, number one, and keep in mind you can always pay this off early with no prepayment penalties, okay? Now we can also pull over the guaranteed asset protection with this term here as well. This will take the risk out of financing for the entire term of the loan, okay? Now we also mentioned having kids, animals in the vehicle. We really want to protect the inside and exterior of this vehicle for that matter. The interior is going to be really important. If you get any kind of punctures in the leather, rips, tears, anything like that was to happen, this is not only going to fix it, but if they can't fix it, they repair that leather for you as well.
Okay.
It's important that you enjoy it throughout your time of ownership, but also it ensures you get top dollar, whether you decide to trade it in or sell it later on down the road.
Okay.
So let's take a look here. And then as well as a service contract. So we have a couple options here. Again, the 8 years, 120,000 miles. And then also the 7-year, 100,000. Both really based on your driving habits, which makes the most sense.
I don't know, is it necessary?
Yeah, I don't really see us using the service contract. You know, Subarus
Okay.
are really reliable, so I don't think we'll use it.
Yeah.
Okay, we are right. They're a very reliable vehicle. It's one of the reasons why I work here and I love the brand. Absolutely. Well, a couple things to consider. Again, they have the 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain. That's the engine and transmission. That's what's made from Subaru. That's the most reliable part on that. I mean, they're near bulletproof when it comes to that. It's really the technology, the safety items that are going to be really important to cover, and that's what's actually not produced and engineered by Subaru directly. So let's take a look here. I have a neat thing that I want to show you guys here. When you take a peek at some of the things that you do want to cover, really important in this to show some of the different coverages that we have here within the vehicle. Most importantly here, the electrical components as well as these safety items. So everything is going to be comprised of some form of a computer behind it as well. So
Okay.
if and when something was to happen with those, you cannot fix them, you have to replace them, and that becomes very expensive over time. So this breakdown really comes to be close to $37 a month, so just over $1 a day. That can really stay within your budget. Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look here. If we were to pull this down here for us, again, this service contract at this 7-year, 100,000 miles, just to see within that budget. Let's make sure, again, we stay within your budget, see what it looks like here. That corrects your payment to $679.46.
Okay.
Okay. Then that has that gap coverage in there too.
It does.
Okay.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So this is the 72-month term with the guaranteed asset protection. You do have the appearance protection, that's the interior and exterior coverage, as well as the service contract as we see there for the 7 years and 100,000 miles.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's a great payment. It really stays where
Yeah.
you wanted to be.
Yeah, it's closer.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Excellent. Okay, you guys, we are at the end of our journey where we get to sign some documents and get you going home.
That's great.
Yes. I mentioned before, I want to save you some time, find that right car, and of course have fun doing this. So this is that point where we can do so. No need to go anywhere else. We're going to take place of the rest of it right here, okay?
Oh, that's great, because the last time we bought a car, it took like an hour to do paperwork, so I'm glad we're doing this with you.
Absolutely.
Let's sign some documents. We'll get you going home.
Okay.
All right. Just like a server is the face of the dining experience at a restaurant, your client advisors can be the face of the car buying experience at your dealership. And you do not need an S on your chest to do it. With our software, training, and support, we make it possible for any dealer to transition to the one-person sales model, making automotive retail simpler and more profitable. It's not just software, it's Sellware.